Attention, Alicia. Hebe, my younger sister, is moving in with us starting tomorrow. Make her bed and clean her room. I rely on you.
What's going on? Is she going to come over today? This is a last-minute request.
Yes. On top of that, I hear she's currently bankrupt. Also, give her some money. Consider it like giving her a stipend. Let's see how it goes. Take $1,000 from your wallet and give it to her. You're capable, right?
No way. That is a lot.
It's actually too tiny for a young lady like herself. You are my wife, and I am her older brother. As such, it is our responsibility to look after her.
Please wait a moment, Vincent. This is also unexpected. I'm not sure what you mean. Why will she be living with us? What exactly occurred?
It's for the same reason as before, that Hebe. She claimed that she and her boyfriend had broken up yet again.
What?
They were living together at the time, but after they broke up, he became enraged and kicked her out. She has nowhere to go as a result of this. So she messaged me on WhatsApp, stating she'd like to live with us again. Some people are incredibly cruel. As her brother, I couldn't possibly ignore her. You know how family is supposed to help each other. I'm confident you understand.
Anne, you must be kidding. How many times has this occurred?
What's the deal with the attitude? So this is the third time. She rarely does this.
The fifth. Please, don't act as if nothing is wrong. Not to mention that I didn't like what she did the last time. She removed a lot of our furniture and appliances, claiming she was going to use them in her new residence. She never even asked. When she lived here, she pretended to be the boss and bossed me around. I never want to live with someone so selfish again.
What was it again? As I have stated, I told her she could take whatever she needed from our house, and she did. You seem to hold it against her.
Okay, I was completely opposed to it. You should have consulted with me first. I bought some of the items she took with my own money. In fact, I believe that most of them were mine. It was a tremendous shock to wake up one day and discover they were vanished. Do you have any idea how that felt? You were probably anticipating it, but I was absolutely unaware. I had to purchase a large number of replacements.
What does it matter if you didn't give her permission? This is my house, so I make the rules. As a result, the furniture and contents are mine to do with as I want. If I say she can take some, she can.
What the heck is going on?
And because I've granted her permission to live here, that's how it'll be, whether you like it or not. If my darling little sister needs a place to express something, I will provide it. If you understand, please stop talking and get ready. A wife should not argue with her spouse. Lady, know your place.
Several months later. Hebe, hello. I believe it is past time for you to begin paying your portion of the living expenses. What exactly is it? Is it edible? I apologize for contacting you when you were out and about. But didn't we talk about it when you initially moved back in? That you would undoubtedly be paying rent this time. You haven't done anything like that till now. And after several requests, you committed to start paying it this month. What? Did I say something similar? No, I don't believe so. Perhaps you misheard. Yes, you did. Remove the attitude. I examined our bank account and saw that you have yet to pay it. Sorry for bothering you, but could you just drop off the rent money while you're gone? That is more convenient. Remember, it's $500 per month. Just pay for this month and I'll be okay.
What are you saying? That is currently not possible for me. You should have stated it sooner. $500 is a lot of money. Maybe $5. I believe $0 is more appropriate.
Impossible. How long have I been waiting? $500 is far less than the cost of renting anywhere else. It is only 1 month's rent. You should be able to. Come on.
I can't, so I'm not going to. Vincent stated that I could pay it whenever I wanted, and I only listened to him, not to you. You are not my boss. I won't pay it this month because I can't afford to, and you have no control over it.
Make no such foolish justifications. You've reached adulthood. Please act accordingly. Please. I've paid for all of your meals and other costs out of my own cash. If you don't start paying your fair share, I'll be in a pickle. Money is growing tight. I can't go on like this.
That's correct. What's the point?
Oh,
You know I'm only bothering you by not paying rent, right? That implies I don't have to pay anything. I don't mind bothering my obnoxious sister-in-law, You're not rat related to me, so that's your problem, not my fault.
Why would you say that to me? What exactly does this mean?
Everything I knew came from my brother. You are responsible for covering all of the living expenditures in this house, not just mine.
Yes, it is correct. I'm also in charge of domestic tasks. I'm the one who buys most of the food, so I just add it to my living expenditures and pay it.
Right. So even if they don't pay rent, you'll be the one who suffers. It's okay, as long as I don't annoy my brother. Who gives a damn about you? If you really need money, go out on the streets and beg.
No way! You already pledged to pay it.
You didn't ask for anything I don't have. I just used up the last of the money I borrowed from the casino. I'm not in a position to spend $500 on rent when I don't have to.
Are you kidding me? You went back to the casino? You're not allowed to gamble anymore. I didn't give you that money to waste on such frivolous things. I told you to look for work and quit acting as if you don't have to pay rent.
I'm sorry. I want to look for one, but I'm too upset about my split to do so. I need to take it slow and enjoy life here to let my poor innocent heart to mend. Gambling is my stress reliever.
Please excuse me. That is an addiction, not a coping method.
No, it isn't. Don't pass judgment on me because of how I cope, you filthy wuss. Anyway, goodbye. I'll go home whenever I like, so I'll leave the dinner preparation and cooking to you. Best of luck.
Why are you behaving this way? You're not going to work, and you're not going to pay your fair share. You're not even going to help around the house. Get a grip on yourself and shape up. You're no longer a kid. You shouldn't expect to be pampered for the rest of your life.
What's the story there? As my sister-in-law, you should give me some leeway. Don't you understand how it feels to be ill with heartache? I'll work eventually, so leave me alone for now.
So, even though you say we're not connected, you expect me to sympathize with you? Months have passed. I've given you plenty of time to recover. Vincent only wants to spoil you, and I've reached my limit. If you don't want to listen to me, that's fine. I'll be leaving.
What are you saying? Whatever you say, my sister-in-law, I'm not afraid. You have no power.
Hours later.
Alicia, hello. What are you thinking? You went to our parents and told them about Hebe.
I went to inform them of what had happened and to seek their counsel. They have the right to know what their daughter has been up to, don't they? Especially after suffering such heartbreak and being kicked out for the umpteenth time. I informed them that she had returned to our residence, and if they could take care of her instead this time.
What the heck is going on? Are you conscious of what you've done? You've caused Hebe to cry? They were enraged and let her have it. She is upset following her breakup with her boyfriend, but our parents told us not to console her.
What? They didn't even beat her up. A reprimand is more or less what this scenario calls for. And you're empathetic. I'm the one that needs to cry and be consoled in this place. I don't live with a sister-in-law who is too addicted to gambling to pay her fair part. She even informed me she doesn't mind causing me problems because she isn't linked to me. She's so infantile. Vincent, please tell her to leave. This is something I can't do anymore.
What are you saying to me? You're telling me to evict my own sister.
You've done it. I'll be honest. I need her to leave right away.
I can't believe you're talking to me like that. You have a lot of guts. My younger sister has nowhere to go. She was dumped by her boyfriend and then evicted from the residence. And you expect me to subject her to it all over again?
Don't worry. She'll be okay. The residence of her parents. They raised both of you. It makes natural that they would allow you to return.
What exactly do you mean? That's impossible.
Adults who have left their parents' homes cannot return to live with them. It indicates failure.
So she can't either. It would be too humiliating.
You have a credible, albeit imperfect, explanation. But is that truly all there is to it? You simply do not enjoy living with parents who are so strict that they will not tolerate your bad behavior. You both left when you were old enough and haven't spoken to them since. Because of this, you will not rely on them. And why would you continue to let her live here even though she is nothing more than a leech?
What were you calling her?
But, Vincent, our house is not a free emergency refuge. Everything is being paid for out of my own money. She can't continue to use it as she pleases. You and your parents don't get along. But none of that is relevant to me. They're not even abusive. They simply have strong principles and standards. as opposed to you two. Instead, I'm going to have her go to her parents' place.
You're crazy. You have no right to make such a decision. As the husband, I will not forgive you for attempting to eliminate my younger sister.
If you're genuinely my husband, you should be able to console your darling wife in some way. I'd understand if Hebe paid rent and occasionally helped around the house. I wouldn't put too much pressure on her. At the very least, she'd be trying, you know. But all she does all day is lounge around the house doing nothing. I don't want to encourage a hermit's bad behaviors.
You think you can say whatever you want, don't you?
That is the truth. She is unemployed and only goes out to gamble. She's essentially a hermit. She's even worse than a hermit. She's a parasite.
What? You can't blame her for it. She is dealing with some nasty scars on her heart. She must find a way to cope. But you're unconcerned. You just talk about paying rent or looking for work. Money is everything to you. You don't have a heart, do you?
Are you in any position to say that to me? Nobody would have to be concerned about money in an ideal society. We, on the other hand, do not, and it's simple for you to dismiss money concerns when you barely pay for anything. You look down on me and open your mouth to insult me. Your wife. Is that how you're going to treat me? You're meant to be my husband, yet you always put your sister first. Although family is vital, shouldn't that include me? I believe you are the one without a heart.
You're so vexing. Quit talking. Enough already. I don't need a woman who would try to evict my sister from the streets. Get away of here.
What on earth are you on about? Why are you evicting me? What gives you that authority?
That is self-evident. You had the audacity to challenge the man of the house. Worst of all, you argued with him. To make matters worse, you're attempting to evict his younger sister. As a result, you will be the one booted out of the house.
Say what?
When you're destitute, you should look back on your acts and regret them all. I don't need a cold-blooded, heartless wife who would evict her sister-in-law. Because you don't care about your family, I won't care about you. So get out. Get out of my house immediately.
Despite the fact that this house is being demolished tomorrow, I wanted to leave on a positive note, you know. Perhaps you'll see the folly of your actions and apologize to me. Oh, how foolish I was. You were so good at annoying me till the very end. I had minimal expectations, yet I'm still disappointed.
What? What?
Don't worry, I would have left even if you hadn't told me. I'm no longer going to let you do anything you want with my house. That's why I'm having it dismantled, so that no one may exploit it again.
Wait a second. What exactly do you mean? What is the reason for its demolition? When did you make your decision?
Vincent, did you know? I don't care if you want to be the house's big bad man. If that's what you want, go ahead and do it. However, if you want to be acknowledged for it, you must have the necessary funds and dependability. You don't have any of those. So stop being so arrogant. You are residing at your wife's residence. Why are you urging me to leave? You have no right to be doing that.
Huh, Alicia, what has happened to you? You're quite terrifying right now.
That is something I would like to ask of you. You know I asked my husband that this house is in my name, don't you? But you had the audacity to kick me out of my own house. Who do you think you are? Are you all right?
What? What?
You asked too much for our budget when we bought this house. In the end, you were unable to obtain loan approval. Fortunately, I have a big annual wage. We were able to build this house because of my efforts. Did you keep any of this in mind? Was that too much for that useless piece of garbage known as a brain? That is why this property is solely in my name. Because I originally paid for everything. Given that we're a couple and that couples should work together, I thought that was strange, but no big deal because we'd both work to pay off the debt. But you took advantage of me and walked away from your responsibilities. You also ceased contributing to your portion of the household bills. Then you started bossing me around as if you'd suddenly become the boss of the home. I guess I'll have to rein in the family. You've changed, Vincent. You're not the man I once adored.
Really? What do you think?
I hoped that one day, the wonderful person I thought I married would return. As your husband, I didn't mind standing by you for a time. However, I am more of a servant than your companion. I've reached my limit. I don't need a husband with a weird sisterly complex. It's repulsive. I'm okay without you.
Don't get the wrong impression. I just care for my sister a lot.
Is that really so wrong?
That's correct. That makes sense given that you're a couple of scumbags. That is why you must look after her.
What? What?
Let me phrase it this way. Your wife is surrounded by people who trust and rely on her, including your own great parents. She makes more than you and was able to obtain the loan approval that you were unable to obtain. That's correct. It must be suffocating to live with me. You feel pitiful as a man. That's why you feel compelled to compensate by caring for your impoverished sister. It helps you feel like you're making a difference with your life. You're all she has and she's adorable. You could never hate someone like that. She instills a sense of purpose in you. In any case, I'm demolishing this house and divorcing you faster than you can blink. I instructed the building crew to simply destroy whatever they discovered inside. If you have any valuables in there, I recommend you move them elsewhere.
What do you mean you're going to divorce me?
Did you really expect me to stay with you after all of this? Anyway, I've got everything packed and ready to go, so I'll be the first to leave. Thank you for putting up with me up to this point. 1 hour later.
Cut the nonsense, you worthless woman. What is the purpose of demolishing this house?
You must have heard it from Vincent. That's why I mentioned you to your parents. I wanted to make certain you had a place to stay. Isn't it true that I'm quite considerate? They promised you a place to sleep if you returned home. You have amazing parents.
Who in their right mind would return to live in an environment like that? They are breathing down my neck.
Then I suppose you'll have to find another place to reside. Whether you like it or not, this house is going to be demolished tomorrow.
How dare you? Whose fault do you think it is that I have somewhere to go? You're going to make me homeless? This is your fault, so accept full responsibility. Please find another location for me.
What are you saying?
I'm telling you to get me an apartment. Of course you'll have to pay for everything. That is what is to be accountable.
Oh, if that's what you're looking for, I've already got a wonderful location waiting for you. A nightclub provides staff with dorms. They have set aside a room particularly for you.
What? What?
It's fantastic that you were able to find a location where you could both live and work. I'm confident you'll make a fortune from it. That's fantastic.
But wait, are you suggesting they've already decided I'll be working there? What is the reason for this?
So here's the deal. A debt collector stopped by this morning to inquire about you, and I wanted to find you work.
Huh.
Based on your bad gambling tendencies, I felt it was plausible, but are you actually in debt? Worse, you weren't paying any of it? The debt collector appeared distressed. You were difficult to reach.
You gotta be kidding me. They've already discovered my presence.
He initially demanded that I pay your obligation on your behalf, but he later apologized for doing so. After all, I am considered your family on paper. However, I detailed the entire story, including the divorce and the impending demolition of the house. He decided he needed to locate you a place to live after hearing about it. You can't possibly repay if you're homeless, can you? And before I knew it, everything was ready and waiting for you. Isn't it fantastic? They were all wonderful folks.
They are not. They're all up to something nefarious. I'm not interested. You better stop now. You're brave to sell your sister-in-law to a nightclub.
I suppose you could put it that way if I was getting some monetary gain from it. But I get nothing out of it. I saved you from being homeless. Because you don't want to return to your parents' home, I gave you another alternative. Given that, you say such terrible things to me.
I am not thankful. I don't want to work in such a sleazy environment.
Isn't it because of your debt why you have to work there in the first place? If you don't want it, figure out another way to repay it. If you don't want to pay it all, blame yourself or your previous self's bad spending habits. Anyway, I'm leaving because I'm quite busy. 1 week later.
Alicia. Hello. You're joking about the divorce, aren't you? Are these papers also part of the joke?
Wonderful. I sent them because you claimed you were staying with your folks. It's such a relief they arrived safely. I wasn't sure. Now that you have them in your hands, you can sign and return them straight away. What are you looking forward to?
Hold it, Alicia. I am not seeking a divorce. Please don't divorce me. I'll apologize for everything.
What? What?
I'm sorry for getting ahead of myself and treating you poorly. That was completely my fault. My pay is lower than yours, and I am untrustworthy. That's all my fault. Nonetheless, I took my rage out on you and lashed out. I truly apologize. I'll apologize as often as you like. Just don't get divorced.
I'm not going to do it. You refused to modify your viewpoint no matter what I said or did. You weren't going to listen to me. So I'm not going to. If I decide to divorce you, I will do so without hesitation.
Don't be so distant with me. I'll never, ever offend you again. I'll take special care of you. I swear, Alicia, I beg you, please don't abandon me.
It is far too late. Everything you've done and said to me every day will be ingrained in my mind for the rest of my life. You can bet your bottom dollar that I'll be requesting alimony for all of this.
What? Are you going to make me pay for it?
Yes, it is correct. And you will. Your parents also given their approval. They told me I could charge you anything I wanted for my pains. You've truly let them down.
No way.
Anyway, I'll leave the divorce papers to you. If you don't send them by the end of the week, you'll be speaking with a lawyer and your parents soon. After that, Vincent did not, in the end, send out those documents that week. And as promised, I obtained legal counsel and proceeded to his parents' home. He obviously didn't expect me to do that. When he saw I was serious, he didn't fight back hard and he handed in the papers. He signed the paperwork and agreed to pay the alimony, just as we hoped. Then there's his sister. She appears to still be working at the nightclub and living in the hostel. She's always in that sleazy spot, except when she's asleep. Months have passed. I had no idea she'd still be working. I'm not sure how much debt she has, but rumor has it that she'll remain there for a long time.
Good day, Miyuki. What are you up to now?
Hello there, Diana. I was about to leave to go shopping. I need to go grocery shopping for tonight's meal. Did you require my assistance with anything?
You're going to the supermarket at this hour? Isn't it becoming late? That implies you haven't even begun to prepare dinner for tonight.
I haven't even gotten home yet because I just finished working. Actually, I'm about to begin driving to the grocery shop from work. Is there anything more I should know?
I can't believe you're still working this late. You should devote your entire time to being a full-time housewife. Are you certain you're getting all of your chores and cooking done properly? You must not be slack. If you are, I will not forgive you.
I'm not doing anything slack. My husband and I agreed that I would continue to work at home even after we married. He stated that he would assist me with housework and cooking. That is why I'm not a full-time housewife.
I believe you should concentrate only on being a housewife. You're still not pregnant since you're still working? I'm getting a little tired of waiting for you to give birth to my grandson. I want to visit my grandchildren while I can. It's entirely your fault. A nicer woman would have already given me a grandchild.
Did you call solely to say that? Is that all you've got to say to me?
You're quite arrogant. How dare you respond to me in that way?
I'm sorry, but I don't have the time to talk to you about something that isn't urgent. Is it all right if we talk later? When I have some free time?
It's a true emergency. I'd like to speak with you about it right now. It's about the money you send me each month. I'd like you to send me $2,000 instead of $1,000.
What happened? Why do you suddenly need more money?
The $1,000 you've been sending me is simply insufficient. Every month I require more funds to spend. All I want is that you boost the money you send me to $2,000. You're the one in charge of your and Harry's earnings, right? I know you're a useless wife, but you're managing the finances, right? It is the wife's responsibility to manage the household finances.
I handle the money. You require me to send you more money all of a sudden. I believe that $1,000 is a really substantial sum of money to send you. Your husband is still working as well. You shouldn't be in such financial distress.
We're not in any financial difficulty. It's just not enough. Why are you being so obstinate? It costs only $2,000. Do you give a damn about your mother-in-law?
I don't dislike you. It's just that I think we're being really generous by providing you $1,000 every month in financial assistance. We must also save for our future, especially if we intend to have children. Didn't we just raise the sum we provided you from $600 to $1,000? I think it will be difficult to spend more than $1,000.
Why are you so frugal with such a small sum of money? Just give me $2,000 directly from your paycheck. The problem has been resolved.
You know that's not going to happen. Please, no more questions. I have already stated that I will not give you more than $1,000.
I'm sure you make a good. You don't need to be so self-centered. You may easily cover your living bills and rent with your paycheck alone. Instead, you can send me $2,000 from Harry's pay.
You've gone insane. Do you realize how ridiculous your suggestion is?
I'm not crazy. You should simply pay attention to what I'm saying. As your mother-in-law, I expect you to be more respectful.
It's not that I don't respect you. I'm just saying that we're not in a position to provide you with $2,000 per month in financial assistance.
Okay then, I'd like you to divorce Harry.
Wait, what? Are you certain?
You don't give me any cash. You also do not become pregnant. I want to abuse my daughter-in-law the way you do. I want to see my grandchildren, and I want money. Get a divorce from my son if you can't do your job properly. I'm going to request that he locate a better woman to marry than you. I want a daughter-in-law who is respectful to me and follows my commands.
I can't believe you're talking to me like that. We haven't even begun to consider having children. We intended to save money for ourselves before starting our own family. We'll never be able to save any money if we keep increasing our financial assistance to you. You're one of the reasons we haven't begun trying for a baby yet.
Stop creating such ridiculous excuses. All I need is for you to send me the $2,000. You're not pregnant because you work full-time. What is the point? I'm sure your pay is pitiful.
Everything you're saying to me is completely ridiculous. You want me to divorce Harry because I won't increase the amount of money we send you?
A daughter-in-law who does not listen to her mother-in-law is a complete failure. You're a total waste of time. Get divorced as soon as possible.
I didn't expect you to go so far. This time, you've really stepped over the line.
Stop interrupting me and shut up. Just do as I say. Increase the amount of money you send me each month to $2,000.
Sorry, but that is not an option. If you really need the money, get out and earn it.
Stop being so cocky. You're not even making half of what Harry is. If you're not going to send me $2,000, seek a divorce right away.
That's all. I've got enough of you mistreating me. I'm getting a divorce.
Wait, what? What?
Yes, I am serious. I'm going to go to Harry and ask for a divorce. Isn't this what you're looking for? You don't want me to be your in-law's daughter?
What are you thinking? All you have to do is give me some additional cash. I can't believe you decided to get a divorce from him. I suppose you never really loved him in the first place.
Please stop talking. I'm sick and weary of having to talk to you.
What exactly did you say to me? What are you thinking? I'm your in-law's mom. Show me some respect.
Don't be concerned. You won't be my mother-in-law for long. I just informed you I'm getting divorced because you told me to. I've had enough of you. I don't want to stay married if you continue to treat me like this. You're doing much too much harm to my mental health and bank account. I'd much rather be single once more. I'm going to divorce Harry. You're going to be the one to explain why we're getting divorced. You'll have to admit that it was your fault.
Are you serious about blaming me for everything?
I'm not blaming you. This is completely your responsibility. I recently informed Harry that I intend to divorce him. You no longer need to be concerned about having me as your daughter-in-law. I'm packing my belongings and leaving right away.
Good. Never come back. That's what you get for defying me. I'm never going to see your face again.
1 hour later.
Mickey, what are you doing? Now's the time to pick up the phone. I need to speak with you. Are you paying attention?
What do you expect of me? I don't want to hear any more of your slurs. I assumed you didn't want to see or speak with me again. Please stop phoning.
I didn't want to talk to you. Just that Harry is furious with me. What makes him so upset with me?
Are you stupid? Do you really have no idea why he's so upset? He's enraged because you forced us to divorce.
It's not my fault. It's yours. This would not have happened if you had simply agreed to pay me $2,000 every month. In any case, the funds are all coming from Harry's income. I'm not sure why you were so frugal.
You are, in fact, incorrect. All of the money we sent you came from my income.
Is that correct? You must be deceiving me.
I'm not deceiving you. Harry just started a new job. He does not make a lot of money.
What do you mean?
One of his pals asked him to help create a company. They're probably still in the planning stages.
What exactly do you mean by this? I'm not getting it.
It suggests he isn't yet receiving a regular paycheck. They are just getting started. He's still going through a rough patch. That is why I was the one who sent you all of the financial assistance.
Well, I had no idea.
Do you understand why he didn't tell you? He knew you'd be opposed him changing jobs. You always exaggerate the most insignificant details and start spreading rumors to everyone. That's probably why Harry didn't tell you he resigned his steady job.
What's the story with that tongue?
I'm simply speaking the truth. I'm not making any mistakes. I was the one who gave him money. We were collaborating so that he could concentrate on launching the new company with his friends. Then, out of nowhere, I decided to divorce him. That's why he's mad at you.
So you're blaming me for everything?
Who do you believe is to blame? It's clear that you're to blame here. You told me I should get a divorce if I didn't want to send you more money? That's something I've never heard anyone say. I can't believe you put me in this situation.
I didn't expect you'd get a divorce. All of that was merely to get you to pay me a little more money every month. I also know you have no intention of divorcing Harry. You're only saying that to worry me?
I am considering obtaining a divorce. I suppose I may finally tell you the truth. Having you as a mother-in-law is incredibly difficult. Seeing your name in my alerts usually makes my day miserable. I was also giving you $1,000 per month from my own earnings. I have no issues with Harry. I wouldn't mind marrying him if it weren't for you. I simply cannot bear the thought of being married to you as my mother-in-law.
Hold on a second. Please hurry up and return home. Harry is enraged, and I'm at a loss for words.
I'll return home under one condition. You cut ties with both of us completely. If that isn't doable, I'm not returning.
What exactly are you saying? I'm not sure what you mean.
I was just telling Harry the same thing. If he entirely cuts relations with you, I will remain married to him.
That is absolutely not going to happen. I am not breaking off contact with my own son. Remember how we're a family? Stop expecting us to do something we can't.
Family, please quit making fun of me. I never want to have to deal with you as a family member again.
Why must you say that to me? That is extremely offensive.
Insulting? What about going over the text messages you sent me today? That is the definition of insulting.
Okay, good. I'll admit that I may have talked too much to you. Nonetheless, you're my daughter-in-law. I should be able to tell you whatever I want.
You should not be able to say whatever you want to me. Harry just texted me. We've chosen to end our relationship with you totally.
What did you say?
I also recently discovered that you've been keeping your husband in the dark about the fact that you've been receiving financial assistance from us.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Your husband was apparently perplexed as to why you were purchasing so many new items. You've been buying high-end apparel with the money I've been providing you.
What's that? How did I find out about that? Who informed you?
Your husband told me everything. He inquired as to why you were suddenly purchasing so many high-end clothes, goods. Did you just ignore him? I assume you couldn't tell him how much money you're collecting from me. After all, you were utilizing it all on your own.
I'm extremely sorry. I didn't intend to spend it completely alone. It's just that the apparel was more pricey than I anticipated. I just wanted some cash to spend on myself. That's why I asked for a bit more money every month.
That is a truly selfish excuse. However, I'm not surprised. You are, after all, that type of person.
What exactly do you mean by this? I apologize to you already.
By the way, your husband has informed me that I should stop sending you guys money. He told me that receiving money from his daughter-in-law would make him feel awful. For the time being, I've decided to discontinue sending you any cash assistance.
What did you just say? You can't quit sending me money.
I may consider sending financial assistance straight to your husband in the future because I have faith in him. I will never send you another dime. As I have stated, I will also sever all relations with you.
Are you really attempting to get rid of me?
This was a joint decision between Harry and me. I'm going back to living with him. This is the last time I'll ever talk to you. It was great getting to know you.
Wait a minute. If you disconnect me, I won't have any money to spend on myself. I won't even be able to spend time with my buddies.
If you really need the money, get a job. I hope you haven't had to do much housekeeping lately. You must have a lot of spare time.
I don't want to go back to work. Also, please do not sever ties with me. I've decided that you will be my daughter-in-law. Please continue to provide me financial assistance. I've now recognized what a fantastic person you are.
It's pointless sucking up to me at this point. I'm still going to cut all relations with you. If you absolutely need the money, I urge that you return to work. Please do not contact me again.
After that, Diana was no longer financially supported by Harry and Miyuki. She no longer had any money to buy attractive clothes or go out to supper with her pals. Diana had to borrow money from a friend in order to continue living her own life. Her husband grew furious when he discovered how much money she had borrowed from her pals. He told her to take charge and repay her pals with her own money. Diana needed to work because she had no savings. Diana recognized how difficult it was to earn even $2,000 every month.
Leo was severely bullied during high school, but when she entered university and escaped from that troublesome school, he made an effort to study and unleash all the potential that had been suppressed before. Eventually, he graduated and became a CEO in a leading technology corporation in the United States. Incidentally, the one who bullied Leo at high school met her in the interview job. The setting takes place in a bustling office. Leo is sitting at the interview room which serves as CEO. Nat enters the room and so surprised when she met Leo there, but her attitude still bossy as ever.
Please welcome the next interviewee. Number 611.
Hi! You look so pronated. Did we met each other before?
Wow, is that you, Nat? I'm so surprising meeting you here.
We were in the same class at high school. I strongly advise against using any offensive language toward me, as there may be consequence.
Wow, haha, look how successful you are. But you still look stupid as you were in that time.
The loser had no friend at high school just because you're poor and ugly.
Today to be in attendance today, how do you do? Sleeping with the president of this company or paying money for that?
Haha, it must be the first one, 'cause everyone know you're poor. I strongly advise against using any offensive language toward me, as there may be consequence. This is the professional environment.
Haha, I guess you must actually be a CEO. You're really transformed from a person I remember. It's hilarious.
I'm very surprised to meet you at this interview after so many years. But I see you didn't change anything, right? Do you want to continue the interview? Or I will kick you out of this room.
Yes, of course. I want this job. I was so sure you'd be sitting at home living off welfare or something.
I mean, who would hire a person like you? You don't have both physical appearance and intelligence.
What's a pity?
Nat, stop before you lose the chance to have a job. You're taken out of my mouth. I see you write in your CV that you never went to college and you started working right after high school.
So what aspects you think you have to work in our company?
Yes, I didn't go to college. I think it's a waste of time. Because I have no experience, after graduated, I worked as a waitress and later started working at a downtown bar. Anyway, I want to have a position in human resources of this company.
So why do you think that work benefit for this position? Do you see any connection to get into our company?
OMG, that's wise question. I have never seen that aspects of you, haha. I will distinguish with work in the past so you and reassure of answering my question.
And please serious, because there are so many people are waiting after you.
I see you still lose your temper easily, just like before.
After graduated from school, what have you done?
After I got rid of you and that terrible school, I studied hardly and took the SAT test. After that I was retained by the university to become the teacher of that company. But I felt I can't go for being a teacher, so I left and found many new chances. I have worked in 2 other countries before working here, and I find that this company is my home and I can't lose the chance to work here. Things are going well for me these days. Wow, your life happens like a dream. That's really admirable.
Good for you, by the way.
What do you mean?
Think about it, Leo. Since you left school because of me, you had no purpose of life and these time you're really hopeless. And because of that, you have motivation and also greed. You got smarter and went to the university. So in a weird way, your current happiness is all thanks to me bullying you back then, right?
I don't think you're right. I succeeded in spite of you, not because of you.
You made me haunt by my student time. Perhaps that time must be the most beautiful time in one's life. You seem not have any guilty with the things you have done, not only with me, but also with so many students.
Why should I feel guilty about it? Didn't you understand what I just said? You shall be thanking me.
I see you only look at things from your own perspective, as per usual. You never change your mind.
Our company is quite selective with new hires. They only accept individuals with the right qualification or those who were high achievers in university.
Neither, but don't worry about it. As you said, I'm using my connections to get this job, so qualifications and all that doesn't matter.
I sure am lucky to have met someone from this company. What do you mean? Having connections is one, but if you can meet our demand and can't present well at work, we'll be sacked of soon. Because it's not easy to join and long live in our workplace. You won. Be hired unless you seem like someone who can benefit the company, and the competition among new recruits is fierce.
So what's really going on here?
Don't worry about me. I'll figure out what I'm supposed to do once I start working there. The interviews seem like the conversation between two friends than between an interviewer and interviewee. Besides, I already knew I was going to pass with flying colors, so I had nothing to worry about in the first.
Why are you so confident anyway? If you make a bad impression, you won't get hired, you know.
Why are you asking too much, Leo? There are so many ways to have position in this company.
You know some important lesson about being a woman?
Once you know how to play with a man's heart, life become a walk in the park. The truth is, those guys in human resources are more just regular customers, if you catch my drift. No one can resist my womanly charms.
Once I found that out, I was able to blackmail him into getting me a job. Impressive, right? What? That's illegal, you know.
You're so tolerant, my friend. You know that the way the world works. Reality taught me a lesson that you should use anyway, even it's illegal, to climb a ladder. To have a good position this harvest society.
There are boundaries in this world that you shouldn't cross, you know. And besides, if you entered the company that way and can't actually do the job, you're just going to get fired when people find out.
You still take things way too seriously. This is cracking me up, haha.
I still have my principles, unlike some other people.
Did you develop these personality traits while you were in college?
Please listen to me, Nat. It's just help you at the beginning, then everything come to zero.
Your responsibility is implement your senior's command and lets me join the company.
More importantly, if I do get into the company, will you be my coworker?
No, I'd be your superior. You know I'm the one who decides you can go to work or not. Don't break the rule and prove your potential for me.
Why you're so tailbearing?
Moreover, I'm not taking orders from someone I bullied into dropping out of high school. No way. I will do some tricks to let you quit. I made you quit school once, and I can make you quit your job.
Don't make things worse, Nat.
This is Leo. What do you want to say?
If you call me to accept letting Nat working in our company with no experience and no skill in this term, you shouldn't tell me anything. And to make it clear, I will leave the company if you resist hiring that woman.
Why do you have to reject that CV?
You know the past, I was bullied in high school. Now I'm still obsessed with that. And do you know who bullied me? It's Nat. Yes, you didn't mishear Dawn. That's her.
OMG, that terrible. I'm shocked.
And she also tell me about your relationship with her. You permit Nat working here?
I'm so sorry to get you met your hurt again. I didn't know about her past. I just see her as a friendly girl and she have many skill that are appreciate to this position. I will think about my decision again.
You should do that, if not you will lose a proficient coworker that I can affirm that you can't find anyone else better than me. As a person responsible for conducting interviews and making hiring decisions, I would like to understand your reason. If you want to convince me to accept that CV.
I suppose she might be feeling threatened or jealous. Nat is young and attractive.
No, I'm not familiar with what you're suggesting. There are so many available candidates who are much more professional than her. I know Nat have connection with you, so you won't bring her to our company, but you must look at the benefit.
To be honest, I found her to be an interesting person. I believe in her communication skills. Moreover, she has a good sense of humor. I think you can't deny that, right?
I see, Dawn. I understand that you hold the responsibility for new hires and also you have a view to evaluate a person. It's been 2 years since I started working with you and you never made me disappointed. I will consider about her attitude and then decide if I let her work or not.
Thank you for working so professional. I'm so grateful because you can see my possibility of evaluating people.
Yes, I'm equal and didn't put my own to the benefit of our company. That's the professional way of working of the Real CEO.
I'm so proud of you, like the way you believe in my choice.
I have just had a short conversation with one of the people who are take charge of recruiting.
Haha, it's me to looking forward to making you jobless.
Nat, I don't want to have any bad word with you, so don't cross the line one more time.
You must have conversation with Don, the one that I have connection to request him let me working in this company.
But it's not that easy.
What do you mean?
He is not the one who can decide to choose candidates. Me and another team will consider. And now I have to see your attitude to reach the decision.
Am I still hired?
I worked for this company many years and I realized that your personality is the one we choose. Because skills can be trained but personality can't. Attitude can decide anything, you know?
Wow, you're more professional than I think. But Don said that I can sign at the contract working for this company.
Did you hear what I just said? As the head of human resources and the CEO of this company, I have the authority to veto his decisions. I have the final say on who joins the company.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Since we're friends and all, you'll hire me, right?
Friends? I don't recall us being friends. Anyway, I've decided to hire someone else for the position. Better luck next time.
Wait, you can't do that! You're just trying to intimidate me, aren't you? This is a lie, right?
Of course not. Why would I lie about something like this?
Please give me a chance.
Be honest, who you sleep with in this company to request for working here?
No, I didn't do that. I just said that to make you angry. The truth is that I met Don in the gym, we have a good conversation and he said his company have a very appropriate position for me. That's all. And I didn't know anyone else except Don. There's been a misunderstanding.
Don't make things up. It's too late for you to try and get out of this. You're going to come to the office, apologize to anyone whom you hurt, and then you'll have to pay legal fees. Blackmail is a crime, you know.
I'll come and apologize, I promise. Please don't take me to court. I'm just a humble bartender. I can't afford a lawyer. Many of them get sued.
I don't care if you can afford it or not. You're going to pay the money. You need to understand that you committed a real crime. Not only you treat on the interview, but also you send the blackmail.
No, come on! There must be some kind of mistake. These things can happen, right?
You might have made some mistakes, but what you did goes beyond that.
I'll apologize as much as you want, some. I'll be in trouble if you don't start working full-time soon. The truth is, I spent all my money on my boyfriend and ended up in a lot of debt.
How stupid can you be? That's a problem you created for yourself. It has nothing to do with anything.
That's why I'm trying to get a job. I heard your company pays well, so I thought I should ask Dawn to help me get a position here.
What's a pity? Do you think that's the karma you have to suffer from because of the bad things you do in the past?
I have hurted many people in both mental and physical health. I have nightmare about that problem and I want to apologize to everyone. Please, I don't know what I'm going to do if I don't get this job. I have a debt collection agency after me. This is very serious.
But you still have to take charge of this. The bad things you bring to your friends is the injury that will follow them all their life.
Yes, I know that. Leo, I owe you an apology. I was the terrible person in high school, and I deeply regret how I treated you.
So why you act like you didn't change when you see me at first?
Because of my self-esteem, I didn't met you for a long time, and when I saw you here, I feel so ashamed. That's the one I bullied in high school now is my senior. I'm too worthless 'cause through the time, I'm still that Perry's son, not have any positive change. I'm regret but I don't know how to say with you. So I was acting like a newborn baby. I'm so sorry.
If you are enough brave, you can discard your self-esteem.
Yes, I know that was the different time of all people that I bullied. That time should have been the most wonderful time of one life. But I made it the terrible time that all of you can forget about it. I won't beg for forgive, but I hope everyone can be successful like you. If not, I will live with guilty all my life.
I'm happy for you 'cause you realized you're guilty and gradually become a good person. I just remind you that, be brave to admit your mistake and then you can live without any worry.
Yes, thank you. I had a lot of soul searching after high school. I realized the pain I caused. And it weighed heavily on me. I will spend year trying to become a better person.
Nat, I appreciate your honesty. I've learned to forgive too, but I think it will take time. But I will give you a change to work in our company and through this time I will watching you. If I can see your effort, we can become friend. And I think it can bring much benefit to our company 'cause we can assist to each other.
Really? What do you say? You let me in your company?
Yes, of course. But you must let me see your change and a good attitude.
Of course, I will try my best. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful, Leo, you are so generous. Now I know why you can climb the ladder and become the CEO of this company. You're so tolerant and kind. That must be what people need in a CEO.
Thank you.
Thank you. I realize the importance of empathy and understanding. I think I should learn more and don't be looked down to study. It's important to all aspects of our life.
That's admirable. As for me, the bullying experience motivated me to become a counselor and I want to help others who faced similar challenges.
I wish I can come back to that time and treat you with kindness instead. I truly regret the pain I caused you.
Apology accepted. The past is the past, but we will have many new opportunity now to foster a positive working relationship. Nat, your work ethic and dedication are impressive. You've come a long way since high school. I'm proud of the progress you've made.
Thank you, Leo. Your guidance and support mean a lot to me. I want to be a better person, not just for myself, but for those around me.
Redemption is possible for anyone willing to change. I believe in second chances, and I see that you're committed to personal growth.
It's time we move forward and leave the past firmly behind us. Let's focus on creating positive work environment for everyone here.
Agreed, Nat. Let's lead by example and ensure that no one else experiences the pain we went through. We have the power to make difference.
Linda! Are you still a housewife?
Hi, Kane.
Cut the greeting. So, why aren't you working? You don't have a child yet.
We've only been married for less than a year. I want to prioritize my time with Dave for a while. Dave agrees with me too.
Have you been splurging since you married?
I don't believe so.
Dave hasn't been sending me as much money as he used to. He only sends me $500 a month. He used to send me $2,000 before you two married. There's something wrong.
Living expenses change after marriage.
Even so, there's definitely a reason he only sends me this much money. When I asked him about it, all he said was this is the best I can do. He hasn't even been responding to me lately.
Well, he is a busy man.
I can't live on only $500 a month. Make sure to tell Dave. You can tell him if you're not the one who's spending all his money, right?
Dave and I are married now. We need to save money for our future. He can send you more than $500 a month.
You have a smart mouth, don't you? Did you tell him to reduce my allowance?
No, we decided the amount of your allowance together.
You're going to keep all his money to yourself, aren't you? I mean, you are a housewife. You live in a nice apartment and Dave gives you enough money for living expenses. Unlike me, a single woman, you don't need so much money.
Like I said, we need to save money for our future. I'm not splurging or anything.
Oh, really? Haven't you been getting on a high horse after marrying my son and becoming wealthy? My son is an elite businessman, whereas you were just a part-time worker who didn't even go to college.
To cut down expenses and save money every month. I'm not a waste of getting money.
If so, can't you send me more money? I hate to tell you this, but he managed to get a job at a big corporation because I paid his college tuition. He grew up to be an elite businessman because of me.
I'm sure you played a big role in his success. But I know that he's also worked hard to get to where he is now.
He was able to do well because of me, am I right? Besides, I don't accept you as his wife yet. I only allowed your marriage because he said he wouldn't marry anyone else. You know that, don't you?
I do. That is why I have been trying hard to gain your acceptance.
How are you trying hard? You reduce my allowance like you want me to dislike you.
I am willing to support Dave as best I can. I cannot believe that's my role as his wife.
Do you think that's your only responsibility? You're Dave's wife and my daughter-in-law. Talk to him about my allowance again. Or I will have second thoughts about your marriage. I checked my allowance. You know why I'm texting you, right?
To tell me the amount didn't go up?
If you knew, why didn't you send me more money? Did you forget what I told you a few weeks ago?
I did not forget. But I need you to understand that we have our own lives.
Are you saying you don't care about my life?
I believe you receive your pension. You also have an inheritance from your husband.
The inheritance for my husband is too little to live on. That's why I've been asking Dave for an allowance. I have to lower my standard of living if he only gives me 1/4 of the allowance he used to.
I felt like you've been spending too much money. Dave told me you used to go on a trip every month. Isn't that what you call splurging?
I should be allowed to go on a trip once a month. Do you want to take away the last thread of my happiness?
You have your own house. I'm sure you can go on a trip every few months if you cut expenses every month. Could you please at least try to reflect on your living expenses?
I've tried, and it's still not enough. That's why I've been telling you to send me more money. I really can't get through to you. If Dave can send me more money, you should work. You said it was your role to support Dave. But it doesn't seem like you're doing your job.
Why don't you get a part-time job, then? You're healthy enough to go on a trip every month, aren't you?
Are you going to make your elderly mother-in-law work? What a horrible daughter-in-law you are. Who do you think you are, telling me what to do? You are just a part-time worker with no college degree.
Does your extravagance have anything to do with the fact that I used to be a part-time worker?
I'm done with you. I'll talk to Dave. I can get through to a parasite that leeches off my elite son.
Dave said no more discussion was needed about your allowance.
You can't persuade me. I will go to your apartment next weekend.
There's nothing we can do even if you come here.
I'm coming anyway. Make sure you have the rest of my allowance ready. I will not leave your apartment until you give me my money. Hey, Linda! Did you really move out of your apartment? You said you two don't live here anymore.
Yes, it was hilarious that you actually went there.
Who do you think you are, laughing at me? I told you I would go to your apartment.
I told you there was nothing I could do even if you did.
I also found out something. Why does Dave get only $200 of pocket money a month? He is a highly paid elite. I was right, Dave couldn't send me more money because of your extravagance.
Kane, there is something else you should know. Dave's monthly salary is $700. He is not highly paid.
Huh? What are you talking about? Dave works for a big company. There's no way he only earns $700 a month.
He quit his job soon after we married.
He quit his job after marriage? Then how do you two make a living? The monthly rent of your old apartment was over $1,000, wasn't it?
I've been providing for us.
I've had enough of your bull crap. How can you provide? You quit your part-time job. Oh, I see. Are you Breaking Bad?
No. I've been working at home. I was working at a restaurant at the time I met Dave. Because an acquaintance needed a hand. I worked my main job at home.
I don't believe you. First of all, Dave would never quit his job at a big company. Plus, he didn't tell me anything about it.
He was afraid to tell you. He was also stressed.
What?
Whenever he did something you didn't approve of, you would complain about it endlessly. He quit his job because of mental health issues of him. Talking to you would have been a burden on him.
Talking to me would be a burden on him? I am his mother. I raised him into a first-class elite businessman. He owes me.
You've exploited his vulnerability and taken money from him. He made an effort and studied hard to get into the top university and get a good job. He told me he paid his tuition with a scholarship and the money he earned working part-time jobs. You shouldn't take all the credit.
He grew up to be a successful man because I'm his mother.
I don't like judging people based on if they're successful or not. Dave seemed like a successful man to you. But his mental state was broken. He was mentally ill. He looks way happier now that he works a part-time job and does the housework.
My son is working a part-time job?
Yes, that's why his monthly salary is $700. He keeps $200 for himself and sends you $500. See? It adds up.
It can't be. My son earns only $700 a month? Stop joking!
I'm not joking.
I can't believe that you provide for the family. Or that Dave quit his job because of mental illness and is working a part-time job. I can't believe any of this. You made it all up just to avoid sending me money.
I just told you the truth. Dave has been feeling better lately. So I decided to tell you everything.
Back off, you psycho! Just let me talk to Dave.
I thought you texted me first.
Don't trip me up. Let me talk to my son.
Dave and I decided not to be involved with you ever again. So you will never see him.
Huh?
We won't send you any money anymore. We won't help you again. We finally made the decision together and Dave made up his mind. Please leave him alone.
You're not sending me money anymore. That's unacceptable. I won't let you have your way. I will have my son back. Prepare yourself for a divorce and regret what you've done. Linda? I'm waiting for your reply. Please. I have something to tell you. This will be the last time, so please listen to me.
Yes?
Oh, good. Dave didn't pick up my call, so I thought you wouldn't reply to me either. Thank you for replying to me.
I will change my number soon.
I don't know if that's necessary.
I don't like that you know my number. So, what did you want to tell me?
Linda. I'm sorry for everything. I contacted you to apologize.
What happened? Your attitude is different compared to yesterday.
I just called the company Dave used to work. For they told me he quit a few months ago.
I see.
I realized that you were telling me the truth. I'm sorry I said hurtful things to you. I didn't know that you've been supporting Dave.
That's okay. I wasn't expecting your apology. I won't ask you for more than to reflect on yourself from now on.
About my allowance. Are you really not going to send me money from next month?
No.
Can you please think about it again? $500 is enough.
Did you really reflect on yourself? You receive enough pension to make a living, don't you?
To be honest, I borrowed some money from loan sharks. So I can't live on my pension.
And you had an inheritance from your husband. That is all you're doing.
You're right, but please. Please give me allowances for 3 more years.
I'm sure you can earn $500 every month if you work.
My back candies have been getting weak lately. I have trouble going outside.
You went to our old apartment just yesterday, didn't you?
I got a cab.
That's why you can't save money.
I won't get a cab as much as possible. I will also cut expenses. So would you please continue to send me money?
Dave has already given you enough money. He was sending you so much money every month that he couldn't save money for himself.
But you know, his salary was high until he quit his job. He was an elite businessman.
You call him an elite businessman, but he was just an employee. He wasn't paid as highly as he thought he was. You used to ask him for money besides your allowances, didn't you?
I will apologize to Dave too.
Dave says he doesn't want to talk to you, so that's unnecessary. All we want is not to get involved with you again.
Please, Linda. Please give me one more chance.
We gave you a chance. Dave been sending you money for a long time. I told you to reflect on your living expenses. I did what I could for you to make a change.
I used to think you were splurging. So I didn't listen to you, and
Oh yeah, you called me a parasite.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for hurting you and Dave. I will never do it again. So please don't stop sending me money for a while.
It's too late now. As it turns out, you're the one leeching off Dave. Stay out of our lives and regret what you've done for the rest of your life. I can't get through to a parasite that leeches off my husband. I haven't been in touch with my mother-in-law since then. To be more precise, she doesn't have the means to contact me since I changed my number. My husband and I are relieved to have finally broken up relations with her. My mother-in-law's words tortured my husband. Growing up, he had a harshly disciplined upbringing and was pressured to work for a big company. Since he became an adult, his mother had taken all the credit for his success and exploited him. He wanted to break off relations with her for a while. But it was difficult to get over the brainwashing he had had since childhood. Since he had mental health issues caused by work and started receiving counseling sessions, he started to recover and wanted to face the issues with his mother. He managed to tell her everything and broke off relations with her. He is finally free from her. It is clear that my mother-in-law will be in financial difficulties. But she is the one to blame. The place my husband and I moved to has no relation to her whatsoever. My husband quit his part-time job upon moving and has been helping me work from home. He also does the housework. He couldn't even do the choice when he was ill, so I'm very happy about his recovery. We will keep on supporting each other and to build a happy family.